2 children in every class in the capital are going to school on an empty stomach because their parents can't afford to feed them properly. Poor parenting is also a factor in children going hungry. Those are 2 of the shocking conclusions of research out today from the website NetMums and the London charity Kids Company. With me now to discuss that research is our health correspondent Liz Wickham. Liz, this is all rather shocking, isn't it? This is 21st century London we're talking about.
I know, and you know, it's not that new, because in 2006 I remember filming in a school in Hackney where the charity Magic Breakfast were taking in bagels for the kids first thing in the morning because so many of them were turning up to school unfed and therefore couldn't concentrate and were, you know, disruptive and so on as a result. And whether that's the result, as you said, of chaotic parenting or whether it really is poverty, we can't be sure of those proportions, but what is sure is that it's getting worse. And Camilla Batmangela from Kids Company was telling me this morning how her company itself has now turned to feeding more and more children.
What's happening is we're getting more and more children arriving at Kids Company centres asking for food. It's very embarrassing for a child to queue up and collect food, and children are doing this. And that's why we're realising the scale of the problem has really grown. It's gone up by over 200%, the need for food at our centres.
Well, while I was at Kids Company, I met a young mum, a teenage mum, who'd had a baby and been thrown out of the parental home. The chap, the father of the child, wasn't interested. And frankly, she was living alone and she just wasn't worldly enough to be able to cope. And I heard from her. Let's hear what she had to say, what happened.
I found myself in situations where it was more about feeding my daughter than it was about feeding myself. So it was always me having to feed her first and then after feed myself. So there'd be times where I'd spend a few days without anything proper to eat and probably just eat from what she's left over and stuff like that, or even off of just cereal.
Shocking stuff, Liz. We have benefits, we have social services. Why aren't they sweeping these people up?
Well, this young lady did eventually go to social services, but they told her their only option was to take her daughter into care, which of course she wasn't prepared for. So now Kids Company have got together with mobile phone companies to try and raise funds to help fund breakfasts for children, and if we have any old mobiles kicking about, we can take them to mobile phone shops, hand them in, and they will contribute to feeding these children.
OK, Liz, thank you very much for telling us that. Thanks.